Hey guys, it's Megan. Some of you that have my Zanga have already read this, some of you haven't. Maybe to understand a little bit of what I went through, because some of you still have questions. I started to write a story, I didn't finish it, and it's still like a rough draft, but I'll read it and into parts because it's kind of long and it takes forever to upload these videos on my computer, but so listen to it if you want, if not, oh well. Okay, part 1. Lying there motionless, her eyes begin to close, and the cruel world fades from gray to black, a black that is so dark and cold. She hears nothing, sees nothing. She is petrified. This is like nothing she has ever experienced. She prepares for the worst, thinking that this is the world she now belongs to. This is what she will see for the rest of her life. But what life? Is she dead? She doesn't know. Hours pass, or so it seems. Still nothing. She experiences what feels like a cold blast of air rushing through her body. She screams, but nothing comes out. The intense feeling of pain that is now circulating throughout her body causes her to sob, her heart rapidly beating, unable to move a muscle. She wants so badly to take back what she did, but still, the pain increases, soon becoming unbearable. She panics and falls even deeper into this world, when suddenly the pain stops. She hears herself breathing heavily. She hears the beating of her heart. Unlike before, it is slow and steady. She stares up at the darkness and tries her best to relax, searching for something, someone that could remove her from this horrid place. The darkness begins to turn white. It is startling to her, but she is anxious to see what will come next. A voice. No. 2 voices. They are familiar, but so soft and muffled that she is unable to make out what they are saying. The light is still white, but even brighter. She attempts to raise her arm to shield her now agitated eyes. She feels her arm against her face. Even though it is vexatious, she is happy to be moving. Things are starting to look up. A gentle breeze moves across her body. The air smelled of terror and a pervasively astringent reek. A light bulb went on in her head, and she knew exactly where she was, lying in the hospital bed. She makes one more attempt to look up at the white light. It was no longer so blurred, but still the figure was difficult to make out. She looks to her right. Sitting there is her mother and father, her eyes fixed on her as if they were nothing else. There was nothing else to look at in this huge hospital building. They had been crying. The inflammation and redness in her eyes gave it away. Her slow heart yet again begins to race. She is mortified. Silence fills the room. Questions that they are both have linger on their pressed lips, unsure of whether or not the pushing the issue was a good choice. Turning around to look to her left, she identifies that the monitors and IV bags were playing a huge part on her survival. What had she done? She was just here less than a month ago. Tears fill her eyes, and she begins to weep. She hears footsteps outside of her room. They are getting closer and closer, and then comes a voice. Visiting hours are over now for the night. You are welcome to come back tomorrow morning. She is anxious as she feels the dampness of both of their faces as they kiss her forehead and exit the room. The nurse stays so she can check all of her vitals and make sure that nothing appears to be wrong. Without word, the nurse also exits. And that would be part 1.